handsome Jimmy. He'll be there regardless of what's going on with him. Shively Sporting Goods, check him out. It's a great place. I mean, he's been around for years. I mean, I'm talking about since I was a kid. What else you want to talk about?
What if I hit this button?
We got the NBA Finals. The Miami Heat won it. What do you think of the? You want to talk NBA Finals?
We can talk NBA Finals. Why not? Everybody got to kind of hear what I thought about it yesterday.
I'll tell you what I thought about it.
There we go.
That button did it. I'll tell you what. Hey.
It does work. Everybody told me those buttons don't work.
The button works. Great. Tyler
that's good to know for the future. Like, I can mute John and he won't know. Mark, I can just...
He'll know if he has headphones.
Slide over real quick and click it.
I have something very important to say about the Heat Thunder.
Let's get
What's that?
Before this whole thing started a couple weeks ago, someone in this room said Heat in 5, and everyone was like, oh, that's just impossible.
I never said impossible.
You said
I said Heat in 6, 7.
So there's no way that he can match up nearly as well to do Heat in 5. And
I was surprised.
He has little faith.
That's fine. We both got Heat, Danielle.
Don't you want in on my credit here?
No, I'm getting Danielle. Danielle said it in 5. Man, if he had the rejoins, you could have played it, but you don't.
Yeah.
It happens that way.
I had that right.
When Danielle's correct, we lose rejoins when Danielle's correct. You see what LeBron's shirt he's wearing? Earned, not given. I'm watching the little Sports Center right now. He did earn it this year.
He did earn it. He worked really hard. He worked really hard against a lot of crap thrown at him.
A lot of crap. All year, tired of it. I'm a team of LeBron. Kelly, you haven't. What are your thoughts about this? The finals.
I'm looking over some of the stats for the 2012 NBA playoffs overall. LeBron averaged 30.3 points per game, 9.7 rebounds per game, 5.6 assists per game, shot straight 50% field goal percentage, 74% free throw percentage, and 42.7 minutes per game. That's across the entire 2012 NBA
That's awful.
But
that is amazing.
But there's the thing. The great thing about this is that LeBron, I don't think necessarily LeBron was great. LeBron was great the entire series. Mm-hmm. But what won that final game, what made that such a beatdown, was the rest of the Heat.
Mike
Miller.
Look at Mike Miller. He hadn't made a bucket since Florida.
Unbelievable.
Right. Mike Miller.
Unbelievable.
I mean, he's been hurt.
Mario Chalmers.
He always comes up clutch. I mean, he did for Kansas.
He's always kind of on and off.
Did you watch the full game?
I did, actually.
It was, did you?
Oh, wait.
It was over by 10 minutes, 5 minutes into the third quarter. It was over. It was kind of over at halftime when the Heat had 59 and they're playing the way they're playing, and LeBron's just playing like LeBron's over.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you too. I asked John and Mark yesterday. I don't know. You all probably won't listen, so I'm glad. So you won't exactly know who is the new GOAT of the NBA. To win the NBA championship. Obviously, it was LeBron, and now he got it off his back. It's gone. One. Who's yours, Kelly?
Dwight Howard.
Do you have one, Danielle? You got to think for a minute?
I'd say it's got to be Kevin Durant.
I was thinking yesterday, nobody said Mark, and I think Mark said Carmelo. I said Carmelo and Amari Stoudemire, the Knicks, 2 tandem. John said Dwight Howard. Everybody said that Kevin Durant's too good of a kid. It's just not going to ever... it won't be on his shoulders for another 2 years, I'd say. If with this team, if they make it back again, it'll be on his shoulders.
It depends on what the question is.
You have to be kind of a jerk in order to be...
You got to be arrogant.
I don't think that has anything to do with
it. The way the national media plays it out, too.
It depends on what Tyler's question exactly is. If the question is, who will start to get hell like LeBron did?
LeBron?
Nobody.
I was asking for me.
LeBron put a target on himself.
I like yours. I can't. If it was not arrogant standpoint, it might be KD, but I'm still going to stick with Carmelo.
I would go with Carmelo or Dwight in that case. Dwight Howard is maybe one of the most...
I like Dwight.
I love him.
You got to like Dwight. I think I'd go with Dwight after I heard John say that. I didn't even think of Howard, but any of those 3-4 guys will be the next guy, obviously. I think Kevin Durant won't be hounded on for another 2 years.
I don't necessarily like Dwight.
You don't like Dwight?
I feel he's handled a bunch of situations very childishly.
I kind of like it. I like the guys with the personality, the guys who kind of don't do everything right. Like, I really like Dwight. He's hilarious. He is.
He's a good guy. He's a great guy.
Like a good guy. I'm not saying that any of them are not good guys. He ran his coach off. I mean, he handled
you can't say that. You don't know anything. You don't know anything. I'm sorry. Does he know anything? No.
He probably has a good guess. I mean, that was probably part of it. But I mean...
Well, we all guessed Pacquiao won the fight, and we were all wrong.
Let's see here, Tyler. You know that Dwight Howard's a good guy, yet I don't know anything.
Maybe he's an asshole. I don't know. You can say that.
Okay.
Don't freak out. Maybe he's, but from
So
what
I
I've
don't know
seen,
anything.
What
You're
I've
the one who
seen on
says he's a good
TV,
guy.
well, I mean, I've seen nothing negative. He's never been arrested, never been on a negative stand. Like,
Means he's a great guy. Most
He may
serial
kick out his
killers
coach.
avoid
And let's
being
be real.
arrested.
Let's be real about Van Gundy as well. Van Gundy has
crazy.
his own diarrhea of the
Exactly.
mouth. Okay,
Exactly.
he's got his own
worse
attitude,
than anybody on the Magic.
which is why I love him too.
Me too.
But I mean, it's just
I wish
those
Jeff would
personalities aren't gonna get along.
Yeah.
And so at some point, do you have to choose this coach who has moderate success at times, or this star player who is the anchor of your team? Who do you pick?
You always in the NBA
always
it
stick
always
with the
goes
player.
with the players. In the
Yeah.
NBA it always goes with the player, as it should, right?
Yeah.
Coaches are.
Yeah.
Coaches don't coach except for maybe 2 or 3 of
Who
them.
did the Bobcats just hire? They just hired a Rutgers assistant.
Yes. Oh gosh, what's his name?
I don't know his name.
it was-
He's an
we
assistant.
talked about it yesterday.
On Rutgers, I think. Was it Rutgers?
It was Rutgers. It's no, not Rutgers. We'll find out. We'll pull it up here in a second. But what's
The NBA is not the main topic of our show, but from our perspective, I think that going forward, it's going to be LeBron still versus the world. He's got to win it all again. He was up there joking around saying 5, 6, 7. I mean, he's got some pretty.
Is this the starting of the
bold-
dynasty?
I don't know. What do you
Maybe.
think?
I think so.
I think it also depends. I think it depends on a lot of who ends up staying on these Heat teams. Who
The main
gets
3
on
will
the
be
Heat-
there.
The main 3, yeah. But
You
I'm
can
just saying-
replace a Mike Miller who played nothing all season, who had 1 game and it wouldn't even matter. He still would have won. You can replace Shane Battier with another old guy that plays nothing but defense, that scores occasionally, like maybe a Tayshaun Prince. They wanted him last year. If he wants to leave, I'm sure. Why would he want to?
I have a question.
You can get
for
a better
Tyler.
point guard.
I have a question for you.
What?
Were you watching the game?
Yeah.
Were you cheering for the Heat
Oh yeah.
like I was?
Oh,
Did it hurt you at all?
Let me tell you this, Daniel. Actually,
Yeah.
I was cheering for the Thunder.
You would.
No. You want to know why? Because I wanted more to talk about this weekend. That's what happens in the radio business when you get to the summer. You want more. Seriously, I wanted Thunder to win. I still was going to Heat, but I wanted Thunder to keep going. Because think about it, we could have been talking about Game 6 right now, Danielle.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about how the season's over. Now we got WNBA. That's awful. I mean, don't even put it on TV. And
Did you
then
see how much
baseball.
women's sports there was yesterday for the Title IX celebration?
Yeah, that's actually. I want to ask you about that. I did. Are you excited? I was glad it went through.
I mean, Title IX changed everything. I don't know if it necessarily. I mean, Title IX, you can argue, kind of messed up some stuff as far as funding for men's sports. But I mean, it put a lot of sports out there that never would have been funded at all. I mean, there's volleyball, softball, things that never would have made it anywhere near.
Cross maybe like field
Lacrosse,
hockey.
yeah,
Field
field
hockey.
hockey.
That's what I meant.
I mean, it's just it changed women's sports. It gave women a chance to actually be good at sports and make a career
Well,
out
they're
of
good
it.
at sports. I was watching the Olympic trials yesterday, and these chicks are running 100 meter dash less than a second behind Usain's Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Women are good at this. One chick, it was unbelievably huge. She's going to the
They're
Olympics.
they're scary.
I'm definitely putting money down on her. Can you bet on the Olympics? Do they do that, guys? I don't know. Can I go to Vegas and bet on the Olympics? I'm sure you can. You can bet on everything these days. You can bet on who wakes up on what side of the bed. Anyways, Matt, let's go ahead and hop to our first break here. Kelly, do we have a guest today? Somebody random?
I think we have a caller that we'll expect in
Caller.
JJ at 10:30 to make some
Nobody
predictions as
special.
far as Louisville football.
Nobody special. He just wants to talk Louisville football, and that's fine because we're getting there, and I'm excited about that. I actually am. I woke up this morning excited for college football, first time all year. We'll be right back. This is the Weekend Sports Buzz.
Welcome back to the Weekend Sports Buzz. Let us know what you think. Give us a call on the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz Line at 384-1450.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long.
We're back to the Weekend Sports
Anytime
Buzz.
she
Myself, Tyler
goes
Boyd, Danielle
away.
Chilton, Kelly Patrick, every Sunday from 10 to 12. So letting you know, here coming, NFL it's not too far away, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be having a fantasy football segment or two every Sunday starting here soon. I'm very excited about this because I'm a big fantasy guy. Do you all?
Does that? I've never played it. I always
You're
about
getting
to
in it
play,
now.
and then I do I have to play this year now?
Yep, we're definitely.
I always do
gonna
it in the
play
first week. I always regret it.
I mean, we should set up a 1450 thing. There's plenty of people here for a league. We should do a full 1450 thing. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that.
Who do you think's going to win?
The Super Bowl?
Oh, the 1450 crew.
Oh, me. I mean,
well,
duh.
you're not.
I'm the
Not
defending
asking you.
champion in a tough league.
Tyler-
Hines your kids, Hines your wife.
Tyler knows what Dwight Howard thinks. He could be a professional athlete. He's the smartest guy around, best looking guy around.
Can I go ahead and
Why
tell
wouldn't
you?
he win the 1450 Sports?
You're the
Fantasy?
guy that says, "Oh, best hair in business, best calves in business." No, I don't ever talk about me. I don't. But we'll go ahead and talk about that minor league thing real quick. I'm gonna
Sure.
fail epically.
You are okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. I do want to get this out there though. We got a bungalow. We got a Bungalow Joe's gift certificate to give out. Yeah, $15 worth of it is 7813 Beulah Church Road. We're gonna get Danielle's pulling up a trivia question of some sort here. We don't know. It could be a pro sport. It might be UK U of L related. Anything. We're gonna find something good. We'll get that out in just a minute. So stick to the near your phones, and as soon as that question goes out, give us a call at 384-1450 on the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz line to answer the question. That'll be about 5 minutes away. We were obviously talking about how JJ is going to call us here in a few minutes. If he calls, he's usually a big 50-50, throw it up in the air type of guy. And we're going to talk a little bit about U of L, maybe football scheduling. He's a big Louisville football follower. He just wants to talk about that, and just wanted to say what he thinks about the upcoming season. Kelly, we're getting close. Are you excited? I know we laid in the break saying I woke up this morning excited for college football. How about you? Are we there now? Is basketball season turned?
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I'm still excited about the Reds, to be honest.
Well, duh.
But yes, I'm very excited about the football season. I mean, there's such high expectations. I don't remember any time where the expectations going into a season were this high as for Louisville this year.
As Charlie Strong asked the fan base to tune him down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little bit nervous. I mean, you have expectations that high. I mean, you can't lose. You can't really lose much. Maybe a game, couple games. Other than that, will it be called a disappointment? I don't know.
A lot of your fan base, I think, from what we've heard over the past couple months leading into this season, 10 games is an expected, right? I think if I'm correct, you said 9. You want at least 9.
Yeah, I think. Yep.
8 is a little too limited for the expectations. 9 would be okay with you,
which is crazy. Yeah.
I mean, 9 wins. That's what 9-3.
Yeah,
that's a good bowl game, depending on how your schedule pans out. Scheduling wise across the nation, you never know. You might get a belt bowl again, belt bowl of champs, something cool like that. Danielle, right? Mm-hmm. Danielle's in the zone. Find a question.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Now I've already got it.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go ahead and do it. Go ahead.
No, I have a feeling.
Should we have
people call in first, because people can easily look up anything online, and I don't trust anybody.
I don't honestly know if we have the listening fan base right now early in the morning on a Sunday.
I'm just saying we should put that out there first, because this is going to be really easy to look up.
Okay.
Because I just looked it up.
Let me Kelly, take over a moment. Let me read this, Danielle.
Okay.
I think the Louisville football season, it's going to be a very exciting time around the city of Louisville. Got Kentucky September 2nd. I'm just looking over the schedule right now. Kentucky September 2nd. September 8th, you got Missouri State. September 15th, North Carolina. Those first 3 games are at home. Then you go on a road trip at FIU, at Southern Miss, at Pittsburgh.
Tough schedule. Gosh. I mean, as a Kentucky fan,
Let's focus in on how it goes. The first game, then, if you want
to talk about the first game?
So critical.
September
let's focus in on
2nd?
Yes.
Or is it 3rd?
September 2nd. Let's
I
focus
thought
on
it was
that
September 3rd. I thought
is that a
moved.
tough one?
I'm looking. Hold on. Let me look. Let me make sure it's right. It is September 2nd. September 2nd.
I'm looking
here in
at the
Louisville,
schedule.
Papa John's Cardinal Stadium, 3:30 p.m. I am too. We're going to be there for sure. We're going to do a live show, hopefully at most Louisville games on the weekend, since we are the Weekend Sports Buzz. We get to take full advantage of that, which I'm excited of. That's why I woke up very excited about college football this season. We get to get out there, be at all the games and whatnot. But you know what? With all your high expectations and all your Devontae Parkers and whatnot, this is going to get ugly. No, it's not going to get ugly. It's going to be a ball game going into the fourth quarter. After that, I don't know what will happen, and I'm not going to say it right now. I haven't got into. No, I'm not. No, I'll give you my bet when we get towards the season. Okay. That's what I'm going with right now. Danielle, are you ready for this football game? Do you think? Are you in my standpoint? Or do you think it's going to be an ugly blowout?
I mean, I've got to be ready. I think everybody's putting, and it's going to be Cardinals. No joke, Cardinal blowout. But I'm not so sure. Both teams are still Louisville's still very young.
It's a rivalry.
Still very untested. A lot can happen, and I mean Louisville. I mean, Kentucky could be anything at this point. We're all assuming it's
We
going to be
could be anything,
but
is correct.
it could be
Not
anything.
anything. You couldn't be real good.
How do you know?
We could be.
How do you know?
You don't
I guess
know.
you don't
Just
know.
a real young, talented team. Maybe 11 wins like the Big East
I
Cardinals,
think
right?
that we could be just as talented as you are.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Our
I mean,
recruiting classes are
You think you might have a better quarterback than us?
no.
Okay, so you couldn't be anything.
But why not?
Let's take baby steps.
Today, no. But why not after week 4 or 5? How do we know that Max Smith just doesn't continue to play well from last season? Teddy Bridgewater's only a sophomore, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Okay. Maybe Bridgewater, after now people know about him after his first season, they're going to tune up a little bit more. Tighten it up. You don't know. We don't know
what
yet.
you're going on the record with that you think Max Smith
On the record.
may be better
Every day.
than Teddy Bridgewater.
Did I ever say
I'm
that?
cool with
No.
it.
No.
You just said he may
No,
be.
I did not. After like week 4 or 5, I said, what if he's having a great season?
Okay.
What if he's
I
throwing
don't
for,
see it.
What if Max Smith is throwing for 250 yards, 2+ touchdowns a game, maybe 1 interception here and there, just doing better than Bridgewater?
And think of it this way.
Huh?
Right now,
I
there's
guess it
so
could
much.
happen.
I mean, if you've been paying
Thanks.
attention on Twitter to the back and forth between the Kentucky and Louisville, Kentucky's just,
Devontae
I hate
Parker.
Louisville. There's a lot of attitude in this, a lot of
Which is
passion
good.
in
I
this
like it.
rivalry. So these Kentucky players, they're not just out there to play. They're like, who's Louisville? They are going to go out there to kick your behind.
Danielle, I think we got a question, and before we take our first caller, because since we got somebody on the line, I like
go.
your idea of this. It's Carolina's on the line. We'll get to you in just one moment. Let's get the question out there. If Carolina's got the answer, since he's one of the loyal callers, we got this bungle gift certificate for him. And if he's not, Danielle, well, other people are going to look it up and get the answer, right?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Okay.
Well, at least we'll have Lisa Smart Guy attempt first. Get the question out there.
Okay. I was going to do 5 out of the last 10, but I think we're going to do 6. You got to do over half of these because a lot of these are pretty big names. You should know
You got the list, right?
yeah.
All right.
So this is the last 10 years, because we got the NBA draft coming up. The last 10 years of the draft. So we're going to go 2002 to, I guess, last year, since we haven't had this one. We're going to go name 6 out of 10 of the first picks
Name
in the
6
lottery.
of the
10 of the top
6
picks.
out of the top 10 first round
These
picks.
are all very well-known names, most of them anyway.
Going back to the
So,
2002 draft.
2002.
So if you know that and you're listening, give us a call because Carolina may not know. My chances are that's 80% positive he probably
I
does
need
know.
6 of them.
We need 6 of those. So let's go ahead and get to Oxmoor, Ford, Lincoln, Buzzline. Carolina, how are you this morning?
Just fine, and I don't know because I don't care about the NBA.
Okay, fair enough. That's
enough.
the straight up answer Carolina brings. What do you got for us this morning?
A couple more. I got a trivia question for you.
Okay.
When is a perfect game not a perfect game?
When is a perfect game not a perfect game?
One time in professional baseball.
When is a perfect game not a perfect game?
Sounds very philosophical.
Is this maybe a 4th out of an inning?
No. Remember, perfect game.
Well, is this a trick question? Should I just say a walk? It takes away the perfect game.
It did, and that's part of the story on how this perfect game got pitched.
Okay, give the listeners the story.
Okay, Babe Ruth, as you know, was a great pitcher for the Boston Red Sox.
Yes, before the worst trade in baseball history.
Yeah. He walked a batter. The people, or the umpires, he argued with them, and they threw him out of the ball game.
So getting
They brought in
ejected.
a guy named Ernie Shore to pitch. They threw the guy out stealing second, and Ernie Shore retired the next 26 batters in a row.
Wow, that was the first batter of the game.
The first batter of the game, as he got thrown out, stealing second base after Ernie Shore replaced Babe Ruth.
Wow. I definitely did not know that.
That's impressive from Ernie. I mean, Ernie really came in, and he didn't know he was going to pitch that day. You know,
No.
He came in, and he had his A game.
He did.
I mean, that's impressive.
Carolina, let me ask you a question quickly. Obviously, we just had the Colorado Rockies, so a no-hitter through 5 pitchers. Do you think that should be considered a no-hitter, or is it more of something else? Yes?
Yes, because that's not the first time it's ever happened.
Oh, I know that. I know it's not the first, and it won't be the last. It's happened, I believe, 2 or 3 years ago. I was just thinking maybe should it be a different category?
I think it should be. I think you should have 3 categories of no, or 4 categories of no-hitters.
Okay.
The first is on where that you have the perfect game.
Yes.
The second is the no-hitter, where that you have walks or errors and runners get on base.
Yes.
The third is this one where you have a combined no-hitter, and the fourth one is a no-hitter where the pitcher loses the game.
Yeah, a.k.a. Travis Wood for the Reds last season against the Phillies against Roy Halladay. That actually happened. Yep, big time. Since Carolina, I appreciate the call as always.
Okay, before it goes, next week, big weekend in Kentucky.
Oh, big weekend. Did you catch the first few minutes? Kelly, we are getting our NASCAR guy on, Joe Menzer.
I didn't catch that, but what I'm going to do is next week I have procured through my sources for Friday and Saturday and Thursday if I want to go, but I'm not going Thursday because I got to go see my man Handsome Jimmy and the Boogie Woogie Man.
Oh, I'll be there too.
Okay, but I have garage and pit passes for the race.
Really?
Wow.
Is this a first time for you at the Speedway, or I'm sure you've had pit passes elsewhere?
I've actually had them. I actually had them last year for the first race.
Exactly, I knew you would. See, that's going to be a great time.
The part of my bucket list was fulfilled at Indianapolis when I got them for the first time, and was at the Brickyard when Juan Pablo Montoya got caught speeding. I was in the Tommy Baldwin pits with Mike Skinner, and that's where I'll be in Tommy Baldwin's pits again this weekend.
Right.
He has Dave Blaney driving for him now. But I'm going to call on Saturday to y'all.
From the pits.
Give y'all a report on the nationwide race, and then on Sunday, I'm going to give you a report on what happened. I'll give you traffic, everything else that happened on the race that Saturday night. And I just
sounds great.
Let me know.
Y'all do and everything. I love talking to y'all, and this is my favorite sports show to call.
Well, Carolina, we truly do appreciate it. We will be talking to you next weekend. I'm excited about that. You need to get around a driver and have them join you as well.
Yeah, I'm friends with some of the drivers. If I go up for the truck series, I used to get garage and pit passes for the truck race up at Kentucky, and one of my other bucket lists was still there in 2007 when I got to go to Victory Lane with the gunslinger Mike Skinner.
Well, that's awesome. Carolina, I'm going to ask you to stick on the line for a second. I'm going to have Matt get your contact information. Might be giving you a call when you're up there. Maybe we can set something else up, or we're recording or something.
Okie dokie.
All right, have a good one, Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
I'm going to need him to tell me about the traffic info because I might have to drive up to Cincinnati next weekend.
Wow.
And I'm trying hard not to because I don't even want to deal with that. There is no way around that. Unless
you got 6 lanes now. It'll be packed, though.
It's like one extra lane. It's like one extra lane apiece. So it's...
Did you drop him, Matt? If Carolina calls back in, he probably will get his contact number. There he is, right there. I'm excited about that. That's actually going to be awesome. Little pit access from Carolina.
Maybe you get some good backstage entry.
Somebody should hire him, like for NASCAR. I mean, seriously, he knows everything.
He does. He's very knowledgeable about that and college football. I mean, Carolina Steve's the man.
I think it's going to be a big weekend. It's, like he said, next week, Saturday. It starts. Everybody's getting there early this year. I think, Danielle. I think the traffic won't be as bad. I think people will be going early too.
They've expanded the road. They've expanded that road that it actually goes on.
6 lanes, right?
Well, then they've expanded 71. I'm pretty sure they've only expanded it like 1 lane each side. So I don't know if that's.
They got new. I think they got a back entrance or something, a new parking area. It's a lot better set up.
I hope so. I
know
so.
Kurt
It's just so rural. There's not that many roads to get there. There's like 2 ways to get there.
And it's just hanging out.
That's why if I have to go up there, I'm probably just going to drive to Lexington and then drive up 75.
That might be your best bet.
That might be my best bet. Yeah,
might be your best bet. I know Kurt Busch won last season in the inaugural Quaker State 400. He may come out this year. He's like 4-0 at the racetrack. I know there's all the other tours nationwide, Sprint Cup, the Truck Series, as Carolina was explaining. I know a little bit, guys. Kelly, you were sitting there listening to Carolina like you were just so lost, like NASCAR.
No, I like NASCAR. I don't know a ton about it. I was actually trying to figure out these number 1 overall picks without Googling them.
Oh, yeah, we'll get that back out there real quick. Danielle's got a great question for this Bungle Joe's gift certificate. Name six of the last
10.
number one draft picks over the last 10 seasons. So that's
starting in 2002.
Yes. Going back to 2002.
I'm lame.
You know,
Some of these are very.
if you
big
get
names.
five,
some of them aren't.
If you get five,
Some
we
of them
might
are-
give
some
it
of
to you.
them-
We don't know.
Some of them kind of exploded.
I'm pretty sure I can name them off the list right now. I might write them down.
Some of them just won an NBA championship.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
of them.
Well, I'm just saying. One of them.
Well, there's a hint. So now you only need five. I think, Matt, we'll go ahead and get to our second break here. Again, that question is name six of the last 10 number one picks in the NBA draft for a Bungalow Joe's gift certificate, 384-1450 Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzzline. We'll be right back. Myself, Tyler Boyd, Kelly Patrick, and Danielle Chilton.
Welcome back to the Weekend Sports Buzz. Let us know what you think. Give us a call on the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzzline at 384-1450.
Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Regulators! Mount up! It was a clear black night, a clear white moon.
We're back with the weekend Sports Buzz. Yes, my mute button. These buttons work. I'm excited about this.
Totally do.
They really do. Everybody told me the red buttons do not work, but they do. So we can start muting people when we gotta actually talk instead of like whispering. That's great. Anyways, check out the website, KentuckySports.co, KentuckySports.co, UKUVL fans, IU fans, you all will enjoy it. A lot of good stuff on there. Red stuff, Corky Miller updates from the bats from our man Kelly. He thoroughly enjoys it. Boxing information, NASCAR, we do it all around the local area. It's fun. Kelly, I know we were talking a lot of NASCAR there, and we got that passed a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about Kentucky and Louisville. Can we continue to do that? Do you want to, Danielle?
Football, you mean?
I want to talk about
anything.
the draft.
But what about
Let's talk about
what do
the
you
draft.
think about the?
No, let's talk about the
I don't want to
draft.
talk about the draft. We got
That's
the
fine.
draft coming up, Thursday?
I like the draft.
That is this week, right?
The
I'm not
28th.
sure.
There's
Yes,
a lot
the
of
28th
stuff
is this
going on
week.
Thursday. I don't like it because we got a lot of conflicting
The NBA
things.
draft might be one of my favorite days of the year, and I think that probably is because I'm a Kentucky fan, and it's kind of like a Kentucky game in the middle of the summer. We get to cheer. The Louisville fans probably don't get that because anytime I have a draft party and the Louisville fans come, they just kind of sit there. But,
Just hang out.
But like me and my Kentucky friends are like, yeah, we get excited, we cheer.
Do you like
It's like
this?
it's like a Kentucky game.
Look at Kelly's.
And I love
We
it.
got a little smirk. He's not
like,
really
I don't
enjoying
know,
this.
I don't know about the
It's
happiness
cool.
of the draft.
If Louisville had a bunch of players being drafted, I would be excited.
Exactly. So I mean, it's looking good this year. What are you doing? All right. Anyway,
It'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, obviously Anthony Davis is going number one overall.
I'm actually looking at the
Obviously.
Draft Express, what it's got going right now. You got Anthony Davis, number one, for going to the Hornets. Number two is kind of a pick. It's kind of a Thomas Robinson, Bradley Beal, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist talk right now. All the Kentucky fans think it's going to be MKG, which they don't want it to be.
to the
they don't want him to go to the Bobcats.
Cats, right? To the Cats
But right now, Draft Express has Thomas Robinson going. Good riddance, buddy.
Thomas Robinson, he's a good player.
He's a very good player, but he can go to the Bobcats. That's fine. That's what I'm saying on there.
You got to think though who
and
the
you know
Bobcats
me,
have.
you know
I
I
don't
have.
know
That's the point. Number three.
Bobcats don't have.
anybody.
Yeah, they're.
Sean May.
The Wizards, number three, looks like it's going to be. Draft Express has Bradley Beal from Florida going. He's a great player. Number four, they've got MKG going to the Cavs with former high school teammate Kyrie Irving, which would be
I'm
pretty
pretty
cool.
sure if I'm right, Danielle, MKG said if he went to the Wizards, they're a playoff team. Not the Cavs. He did say that. I guess he's thinking of John Wall's buddy.
That
another
would be
Kentucky
pretty cool.
guy.
If he went to the Wizards, that would be. I mean, would Kentucky fans all become Wizards fans automatically?
Well, you got to think of what about the Kings? They're up there. They might be trading up to one of those picks to look at Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
That would be great.
They already
too.
have Cousins. They already have Chuck Hayes. They have Francisco Garcia. What Team Kentucky? I like Francisco. I've
do
always
too,
liked
actually.
Francisco. He was a
I
good
haven't
guy.
always liked Francisco.
I like Taekwon Dean then too. Surprisingly,
But yeah,
He's
you got
strong.
Cavs. Who else we got here? Harrison Barnes, the Kings. Where do we got? Where we got our Kentucky people? They're talking about Deron Lamb even falling out of the first round right now, which I hope does not happen.
I saw that the Bulls are looking at Deron Lamb. Hopefully, they will take him in the 24th pick. That'd be good. They can get a
Terrence
shooter off
Jones,
the
they've
bench.
got at number 17 going to the Mavericks.
Terrence Jones 17 to the Mavs.
Yeah.
Replace Lamar Odom with baby Lamar. I'm okay with that. Kelly, you okay with that? I mean, he's a prototypical Lamar Odom in the next 5 to 6 years.
I don't think he has the point guard skill set Lamar Odom came in with.
Yes, that's true.
Lamar Odom was the point guard for Rhode Island. I mean, he was, he's got guard skills.
He does have guard skills.
Terrence Jones is good. I can see him having a good career. Maybe more like a Rodney Rogers at a Wake Forest.
Look here at number 30.
Random name drop of the day, Rodney Rogers.
Look what they've got here. Number 30, the last pick of the first round, Marcus Teague to the Warriors.
Oh, that's awful.
I know.
Why?
What's the Warriors? They just you don't see much about. Well, that's all I was saying. It's awful. It might be good for him. It could get him in there early, some PT.
It's hard to say, really. I mean, go. Was John Wall going to the Wizards a bad thing?
Well, John Wall's a different situation than Marcus Teague. He's going to play wherever he goes immediately.
He went to a bad team, though.
I know. I know that. It's a different argument, I guess.
I don't know. The thing that scares me about the draft is there's so many, like, especially if we were talking about the answer to the number 1 draft pick questions over the break, because you can't have them if you call in, because then you'll win.
Get that question out there.
Oh, we are giving away a $15 gift certificate to Bungalow Joe's. Is that what
Bungalow Joe's.
Bungalow Joe's. So you can go and eat some food and watch some sports. We got some Olympics coming up and all that.
Bungalow
good
Joe's
stuff.
is good.
It is. I went there once and for a Bengals game and they lost. Anyway, so hopefully your team doesn't lose. But our question to give that away, you need to call into the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz line 502-384-1450. Name 6 out of 10 of the last 10 years, starting in 2002, of the number 1 draft picks.
I mean, you can get on Google and search this.
Don't cheat.
No. I mean, if you have to, is what I'm saying. There's got to be somebody that wants free $15 gift certificate to Bungalow Joe's.
They have good wings.
Good wings, good burgers,
good
selection. Food.
If you like adult beverages.
It's a fun bar. They have good drinks for you 21 and older people. I don't know if this is good. It's good for a few more months, so you gotta get it. You get it now. 384-1450. Name 6 of the top 10 6 of the last 10 number 1 draft picks over the last since 2002.
It's such a delicate draft because there are so many great players that become number 1 and just get caught in that terrible team, kind of like LeBron James gets caught in the Cavs, where you can get close to glory.
Easy with naming more of them. You already gave him one.
Oh, come on! Everybody knows he was.
You never know.
Everybody knows. But anyway, like LeBron. Who gets caught up in the terrible team, terrible management, can get kind of far but can't quite get there because you just can't get the players, and then you have to go to Miami Heat to do it right.
Okay, so 384-1450. Let me ask you, just is Lionel Messi's birthday? He is he's in my opinion, the best soccer player in the world, and most people's it's probably opinion as well. How old do you think he is, Kelly?
No idea.
Can you guess? I mean, no idea.
Guess. I can guess, sure.
Take a guess. Lionel Messi.
34.
He's been around for. I'm gonna say 32.
You're all both way off.
Is he young?
Yes, he's young. Soccer players aren't that good at the age of 34.
No, they can't be.
Not many.
I feel like he's been around for like 15 years.
He's 25. He was born in 1987.
How does it feel like he's been around for 15 years? I don't know.
He's just scoring goals like he's been around for 15 years.
That's what it is.
That's the reason. And also, down here, let's see here. Jack Dempsey's birthday.
He's probably like 34.
He's deceased. He's deceased forever. And that's about it. No other cool birthdays. We don't care about Ambrose Bierce and Chief Dan Gordon, George. There's no other fun birthdays today. And there was a number 1 player picked on this day 2 years ago, Danielle. Don't say the name, but there was.
It was a great day.
It's right in front of you, 384-1450, Oxmoor
celebrated.
Buzz Line. In the next hour, of course, we're going to cover more talking about some local things going on to get Danielle and Kelly's thoughts of the Billboard Wars. It's kind of going on. Not really wars, in my opinion, more of Billboard talk and just fun rivalry. I enjoy it. Maybe the Sandusky issue verdict just came out. I do want to get Danielle's thoughts about that. She's our legal analyst around here.
I am the legal.
She's the one that keeps it serious. Obviously,
we
can talk more a little bit about the Reds. I'd like to ask about Roger Clemens to Kelly in the next hour because that's a big thing around baseball. I mean, Roger Clemens was acquitted of all doping charges after basically everybody in the world said he bought steroids off of him. Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about that right now. We got time. We got a few more minutes. What are your thoughts about this, Kelly?
I don't care.
I don't
think anyone cares either.
I don't think that the government should spend money on stuff like that. I
agree
care.
with that.
That's my overall feeling. I don't care.
But as the game, as a cheater, well, obviously not a cheater in the court's opinion now. Roger Clemens, though, what are your thoughts about him? I mean, do you think he cheated? Do you think he did this?
I think he did in an era where virtually everyone did. Mm-hmm. Maybe, the guy who just went broke didn't. What's his name? Kurt Schilling. Maybe he didn't. He's went out and adamantly said that he didn't.
David Wells for sure he didn't. He ate hot dogs and beer.
He could have.
He was your modern day Babe
Some
Ruth.
steroids users, believe it or not, also.
Ken Griffey Jr. obviously did not. He was hurt way too many times.
Yeah.
I just think that it's
BS. I don't think saying that. I don't feel that anyone is clear of suspicion. Even Ken Griffey Jr.
I think it's BS.
Maybe Kurt Schilling. Even him.
I think Ken Griffey Jr. is totally clear. That's why I think Goose Gossage.
He got hurt
every 2 months. He never came back from one injury. Every one of these people, every one of these guys on steroids came back from multiple injuries. Look at Roger Clemens. He's throwing 100 at 45. Mm-hmm. Nobody can catch up. No way. Look at Jamie Mortar's old ass. He's asking to be released from his third team of the season because he can't throw it over 80 anymore.
So you think it's that easy to say, well, this guy came back, and so he must have not used. I mean,
Barry Bonds' hat size grew 4 sizes.
That's what steroids do. They get you stronger. They keep you from being hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's what steroids do.
Well, they help you recover.
Yeah, they help you. Yeah.
I don't think they actually prevent injury. They help you recover.
Yes. They help you. I think I've heard they actually may cause injury a little bit more due to stress.
Yeah, but you always recover quicker.
You recover way quicker.
They're very helpful, but I don't think that anyone is, in my opinion, I think it's the era. You got to look at it, the dead ball era. When you're talking about baseball, historical perspective is, certain eras, teams scored a lot of runs. Certain eras, they didn't. Certain eras, all the guys hit just outstanding power numbers. Ryan Ludwig, who kind of sucks now, hit 40-something home runs 5 years ago.
Ryan Ludwig hit 40 homers. No, I'm not. I believe you.
No,
I just amazes me.
Oh, I know.
He's got 10.
He's not that old now.
But he's got 10 this year.
And he has good power numbers still. Yeah, he does. But I'm just saying, it's tough to really say, in my opinion, who did, who didn't. I think you got to just look at it in the eras. I mean, does he deserve to get in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. That's for the writers.
That's for the MLB to decide. Mm-hmm. I feel like this should all be a baseball thing.
If I had a Hall of Fame, he's not going to my Hall of Fame.
I agree.
That's my Hall of Fame.
But I feel like that's on them to decide. That's not for the government to prosecute. Like it's just a waste of time to me. And I feel like the average watcher, the average spectator, the average sports fan, in a way, doesn't care. This is just something the MLB cares about. And I just feel like...
not anymore. I cared when it was going on because I thought it was a bunch of BS. It was killing the Reds.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, the Reds didn't have one player knowingly that was good enough. It made when they were doping, that was good. Mm-hmm. So it didn't... I'm not trying to... I just think it's bad. I didn't like Roger Clemens lying. I think he did it 100%, considering he had multiple sources, including his best friend teammate Andy Pettit say he did. I think that's... lying in front of a grand jury... If it was me lying, I'm going to jail. They don't care what I'm doing. They don't care about my $5 bank account. I'm going to jail. But Roger Clemens, being who he is cleared. As Goose Gossage came out, did you see this article on ESPN?
I did not.
He's pissed. Goose Gossage, a former MLB great, one of the best ever Hall of Famer. He said Hall of Famer Goose Gossage should never make it to Cooperstown. He said Thursday in a radio interview, Clemens has lied about steroid use labeling the 7-time Cy Young winner award cheater. Are we going to reward these guys for cheating? Clemens was acquitted, obviously, Monday of the steroids, trying to get down to his other quotes. He says, another quote, O.J. Simpson, did you believe he didn't kill those 2 people? I mean, straight out Gossage's mouth during an ESPN radio interview. Mm-hmm. He also went on and said he was sitting beside, when he was playing for Athletics, he was sitting beside Eckersley. And he was looking at Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco, and he goes, what is going on? There's no way anybody is that big, that young, or even, after years of working out. What's going on? It's nothing but cheating. They had that conversation in the 80s when it first came out. Obviously, he said Jason Giambi is a good guy because he's the only one that admitted it. Now, if Clemens comes out and admit it, he said Giambi should go to the Hall of Fame if he was good enough because he admitted it all day, every day.
Wow.
He says now if Clemens admits it, he would let him go to the Hall of Fame.
Wow. Interesting.
In his own opinion. And I like Goose Gossage because
I don't have a problem with that opinion. I mean, you're coming out and saying that integrity and accountability is, very important. Being a man, owning what you do. He brought
about to Jeter. He goes, Jeter came out and admitted it. He's fine by me.
Jeter admitted what?
Not Jeter. I'm sorry, not Jeter. Alex Rodriguez. Okay. I'm sorry. Alex Rodriguez came out and admitted it.
That means that and I'm not arguing with you on this. I'm
I know.
saying that means that Goose Gossage, it believes Alex Rodriguez's story. What was his story? How many times did he do it?
Something dumb, like once. Something stupid.
So you come out, you use steroids for years, you come out and go, I was injured once, I used it 3 times. And then, according to Goose Gossage, man of integrity,
I know.
throw him in the Hall of Fame. It's a tough, you could debate this for hours. It's a very...
Goose Gossage obviously did it the right way his whole career. Obviously, I don't think there were steroids around when he was in the league, right?
I don't know.
Late 60s, 70s, into the 80s.
Steroids have been around for a long time.
They may have been, but he obviously isn't a user. I'm
guessing that he's not also.
He's not a user. I know we're up against the break here. Before we get to it, Danielle, I wanted to ask you, because you're obviously our runner here, did you see the decathlon world record yesterday?
I actually did. I actually was watching it.
I was watching as well. It was the runner from Puke University actually allowed him to win the mile to... just to, hey, here's
I'll
your
tell
moment
you
of
what,
glory.
You win a world.
How hard is it? How hard is the decathlon?
Well, I don't do a decathlon because I am not a decathlete.
Well, we know this.
But it's insane. It is probably one of
hardest
the most
Olympic
athletic
sport, right?
things possibly in the history of sports.
I'm pretty sure the Dan O'Brien was the world record holder until last night. The Eugene Olympic trials was taken. I can't remember his name. I just saw it and I already lost the comment, but it was nuts. He was about to pass out. Just legitimately, he was about to die.
Yeah, and he crossed the finish line and you just started crying, which is
I'm pretty
amazing.
sure it's 5 events in 2 days. Each day is 5 events.
Yeah.
And then, world record, I'm sure the world record's been around for a while. If Dan O'Brien's American record was in the 80s and early, maybe 92 Olympics or 94.
I think it was a little bit more. Yeah, I think more like
92, 94.
My guess,
I think.
Just think of how hard it is to be Olympic good at one sport, let alone
10.
Good enough to be an Olympic athlete in 10.
That's amazing.
Nuts.
Hopefully in 6 weeks he is fully recovered and can do it again. That would be good. Bring home some medals for the Americans. We're hoping Matt gets Tyson Gay hooked up. Matt's a kind of slacker. We don't know. Let's get to the break. The second hour, stick with us. It'll be another fun hour. Myself, Tyler Boyd, Danielle Chilton, Kelly Patrick. This is the Weekend Sports Buzz.
Back to the Weekend Sports Buzz. Let us know what you think. Give us a call on the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz Line at 384-1450.
Here I go again, girls. What's my weakness? Okay, then chillin', minding my business. Your souls, I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stand.
Welcome back to the Weekend Sports Buzz. I don't know what the theme of the songs this week are, but
my favorite song is what this is. I've only been trying to get him to play this, and everybody's like, "What should we play to go in?" I'm like, "Salt and Pepper, Shoop."
Are we doing the theme this week?
No theme.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Oh, I've been writing down.
I had Matt's computer last night. He couldn't do the new rejoins.
Nonetheless,
he's playing 3 of my favorite songs so far. It's like,
let Tyler take. I think we have a guy calling in.
We have a caller. Tony, you there?
Tony,
did you drop me, Matt? He'll call. I bet Tony calls back. He had the answer to our question.
Tony's a robot.
If you want to beat Tony to the answer, 384-1450 on Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzzline. Danielle, 6 of the last 10 number 1 draft picks.
Started in 2002 to be exact.
Yes.
However you want to do it. So going up to last year, Anthony Davis does not count. You cannot.
He's not been drafted yet.
You cannot go ahead and say Anthony Davis. That is cheating.
That is cheating. I think we're going to be in a few moments getting a Reds wrap update from our Reds reporter up in the Cincinnati area, Brad Steen. He'll be contacting us in a few moments. Sorry, I thought Matt was waving at me. I wanted to get to this top of the hour. Jerry Sandusky. This is. I'm going to you, Danielle. Obviously, we're going to legal analyst, Danielle here. Obviously, Sandusky was charged 45 of 48 counts of child sexual abuse. He was found of, abusing 10 boys over 15 years span, which is absolutely ridiculous. Danielle, your thoughts about this? Is this obviously, I think everybody agrees it's well deserved.
If you followed any of the testimony, any of that, it was disgusting. It was actually hard to read in a way, and it's nice knowing that this guy who took advantage of the position that he had in a great college program to help mentor kids and bring all these kids in, took advantage of that is disgusting, and it should scare a lot of people in a lot of programs. I think it did last year. I think a lot of programs are watching.
You know,
they have to be.
Oh, he have to. You know, I talked about yesterday. He seemed like a great guy until all this obviously happened.
Yeah,
but a guy that was, taking in people, helping out kids with no, family issues, with no parents, and fostering. And then he's brought in his own son, adopted son, Matt, and he even abused him.
Just think of all of these, especially in the summer, in the off seasons when all of these players are doing camps and all of these, all these coaches do their football camps and their basketball camps. Like, that's a hotbed. Before no one really thought about it. And
Happy
now,
Valley.
Look at Happy Valley. Maybe,
Linebacker
now
U.
Maybe now Happy Valley is the creepiest name for anything
happy,
ever, now that you
very
think about
happy.
it.
Kelly,
so it's just...
And a great defensive coordinator. I mean, linebacker U. That's where the linebackers
it's Penn State. It's Penn State. Is this... Kelly, what are your thoughts about Sandusky? Obviously, you're a parent now. Would you have taken him out? I would have.
Would I have?
I would have taken Sandusky down.
I don't know.
Personally.
But the thing is,
I don't know exactly what I would have done. It's a very, very emotional topic.
Such a small community, too. I mean, it really is just a very small...
Has either of you ever been up there?
No.
Me neither. No.
Thank God. No. I don't think I could now.
Thank God.
I mean, I've driven through it before. I've driven past it.
I've been to Pittsburgh. I've never been to Penn State, but
didn't stop.
It's crazy. I'm glad the court, the jury.
And he will minimum. I think is like 60-something years in jail.
He's
He will
facing life
spend
in
the
prison.
rest of his life.
It's
I think maximum's like 200.
Well, he's already old.
Yeah, he's
68,
he's definitely
68.
gonna spend the rest of his life in jail.
He's not Joe Paul old.
And how big of a target is he gonna be in jail?
I hope he gets put in general population. Honestly,
yes.
I'm encouraged by the fact that he's put away for what will undoubtedly be the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite satisfied yet.
I'm not either.
If he gets solitary confinement or he gets some posh pad where he's not and they're protecting him from general population,
I don't want him to have TV.
which is what he deserves. If
he doesn't end up pretty rough though.
So what? It sucks.
If I were him, I'd rather have solitary confinement than general population.
He would.
No,
you know why you're right, because I watch a lot of lockup. My roommate's trying to go. No. I'm not trying to be dumb here. My roommate's trying to go into this stuff. He's been through prisons. They will go after a sexual predator. They will go after a child abuser's wife, killer. If you kill women, they're going after you. It's just the way their rules are.
I personally think he's going to be
screwed.
I think he's going to be one of those that I have a feeling you're going to be seeing suicide attempts.
No, he's going to be a guy that has protected custody everywhere he walks.
Which I don't like.
I don't like it either.
I've had friends who've done time in prison, and they tell me that's the one thing. If you mess with a kid,
it's over.
Beating women, I don't even know. That may be off they don't care. I don't know
really
about
kids.
That. Yeah, I think kids. This guy deserves to be in general population, and it's discouraging. It's just a horrible web that he's woven, and all these kids are, their sexual or not necessarily orientation, but their entire
childhood.
Their entire compass is just warped. And who knows how many kids are out there that haven't came forward. So just a very depressing topic. I feel a little bit better that he did go. He didn't get off. I like that. That's encouraging about the justice system. But it's not the funnest topic.
We'll get back to this in just a second. Let's get to our Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzzline and go to Tony. Are you there, my man?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How you guys?
Doing well. You did call in yesterday and you got the Bats tickets, right?
Right.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome. Well, obviously you're calling for the answer to the you have the 6 of the last 10 draft picks?
Yeah, I think so.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm going to go LeBron James.
Yep.
Kyrie Irving.
2.
Derrick Rose.
3.
John Wall.
4.
Yao Ming.
Ooh, nice.
5.
A lot of people may have forgot about Yao Ming.
And let's see, one more. Yeah. I want to say, let's see, one more.
That web page is loaded.
I want to say Blake Griffin.
There you go. That's 6.
That's 6. Daniel, who are the other 4?
Let's see. Who did he do? I got Dwight Howard in 2004. See, Bogut in 2005. Bernani in 2006. Greg Oden.
Nobody remember Bernani.
I know, exactly. Nobody remembers him. 2007, Greg Oden.
I'll tell you who we couldn't remember was Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, I had to say ugly as sin in order for people to remember Bogut. And you got the rest of them after that, so those are the other 4.
Tony, let me ask you another question since we got you on. Are you UK U of L fan?
Die hard card.
Die hard card. Well, let me ask you this. Are you excited for football season?
I'm excited for every season.
Every season. I like that. Good. I know we were talking a little bit about it, how we're getting excited for the football. It's coming around a few months away. We're excited. Tony, obviously, we got your information. We'll add this to your little package, and we'll get this out to you probably tomorrow or the next day, my man.
All right, appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right, thanks, Tony.
Y'all keep it up. Y'all keep it up.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Tony. It's good stuff. Regular caller there. I like
It's got to be one of your favorites now. Die Hard Card.
Knows his stuff, too.
He does.
This is one thing that, preparing for the draft, I just get in real quick.
That's fine.
I find interesting. I'm looking at Andres Bargnani's stats in his career. He was drafted number 1 overall, and he spent his entire career with the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A lot of people may assume, he's a bust. Let's look over his actual stats.
Go for
he's
it.
not. But
I
that's what
love
was
this
saying
guy.
with
It
draft
goes right to your point, actually. And I had argued with that, so I mean, to an extent here, I'm somewhat wrong. Over his career, he is 7 foot, so
He's
just
a
an
shooter.
amazing skill set. 7 foot, 256, shoots over his career 82.4% from the free throw line.
That's very
Only
low.
averages about 5 rebounds a game over his career. Averages about a block a game. Over his career, 15.4 points per game. 1.3 assists. Plays 30 minutes a game. Not the best number 1 overall pick ever, but certainly not the worst.
No, not at all. I mean, if you want to go worse, you look right here in the heart of Kentucky, Sam Bowie. Maybe Greg Oden.
I mean, he's always going to be known.
Travis Ellison.
Sam
Kwame
Bowie is
Brown.
always going to go down as the number 1 pick over Michael Jordan.
Oh, well, what about, though, these other guys as a recent? Are they
Greg Oden?
Greg Oden.
Greg Oden.
He's an injury. Has he played more than 3? Has he played a real NBA game yet?
Yeah, he has. He got a few games in this year before. Or no, actually, I think, did he take the season off?
He was out again. He may have started in the summer ball or whatnot. I'm not sure, but it's sad for him. I'm not making fun of him. He's hadn't seen
he's actually taking the entire season off, I think, this year.
He should probably take 3 or 4 seasons off.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
I mean, he got paid. He's going to be okay, but he didn't get a minute. He didn't get to prove what Greg Oden really could have did, which I would have liked to saw what Greg Oden could have done.
I mean, if you look at, there are so many. I mean, that's why I did not fault LeBron James for the decision, because there's so many great picks with so much, with so much hype around them and so much talent that get drowned out in a team that can almost make it. LeBron actually got lucky with the Cavs. He was so good, he propelled them up to get into playoffs. They could never quite get there. I don't blame him for not getting stuck in the Cleveland kind of thing, and that Cleveland just, we'll say hellhole.
The Cleveland
we'll just say
hoopla.
hellhole. It's
So
just terrible.
you're saying that the NBA has certain teams that have the potential to win championships. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying it's
that
so
sounds
easy.
kind of like that's what you guys.
I think that's all major sports.
Okay, but
Yeah,
I
but
would
I'm saying
argue
it's
that it's not
hard.
the case in the NBA.
What is
I
it?
think that it's very easy, but it's easy to get to a good team. You just have to, do you ever think the Wizards are going to be great? I kind of don't think that the Wizards.
I think the Wizards will be
think the
good. They have a lot of
Wizards-
money they can throw around here soon. They
need to do it.
They will do it. It might be another 2 or 3 years, but they better hope they can keep Wall around when that rookie contract is up to do that.
Why is Oklahoma City good? Why were the Spurs good?
Well, the Spurs are always good. They have an actual coach.
Because they got a player, they got a coach. They're small markets, though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is the Warriors? They just
But they
got
lucky.
Bogut.
They got lucky in lottery picks too. They were able to get Durant. They were able to get Westbrook.
That goes
They
for
were
any
able
team,
to build it. But I'm saying not all teams are that lucky. LeBron saw that wasn't going to happen for him in Cleveland.
Nope.
So when his contract was up, he went out to where he knew he could go and he could win.
Danielle's
and he
right.
could make it.
I kind of like what you just said. Not every team is kind of lucky. Every year, draft is different. There's no LeBron James or Kevin Durant in this draft. There's not.
Yeah, you're right.
There is Anthony Davis, but he is not the guy that's going to come score for you 35 points, 40 a game.
But if he's a great big
He's
man,
a great big man.
power forward like Duncan.
Maybe
If
he
he
could
is.
be. If we'll find out if he isn't great. But last year, Kyrie Irving. I'm sorry, John Wall. I'm sorry, they're just not the type of guy that can just take your team to another level.
Certainly, some luck goes into
And think
that.
about it, Portland takes a chance. Like, say you get 2007 with Greg Oden, you get this great player, this great dominant player.
Yeah.
And then, he just ends up getting hurt.
It's
so
a gamble.
you're gambling all this money and all this, you finally got this number 1 pick, you're going to get this guy, and then he fizzles out because of, injury, which is, it happens.
Something that I do love about the NBA, though, is that the Spurs and the Thunder can be good. They can. And it's not far-fetched at all. The Lakers obviously attract, they'll probably end up with Dwight Howard at some point. They got Shaq. They got guys go there over time. So I mean, they're like the Yankees or something.
Well, I'm not
and
to
I
cut
guess
you
the
off,
Heat are like that too.
But we kind of forgot we had a guy on the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz line.
Okay.
He's been on there for a few moments. It's actually our Reds rat, Brad Steen. How you doing?
I'm all right, guys. How you guys doing?
We're good,
rolling.
good. Obviously,
Rolling.
you're calling in for the Reds update. We'll let you go take the mic over for a moment.
Well, this week got off to a pretty crappy start, losing 3 against the Cleveland Indians. So that means the outright trophy will go back to Cleveland. So that means Derek Lowe can drink beer out of it for another year. They lost Friday night against the Minnesota Twins, but they rebounded yesterday when Johnny Cueto pitched out of his mind yet again. The Reds are 7-0 when Johnny Cueto starts after they lose the previous night. But today is a very important game considering they have the Brewers up next. They've got Mike Leake on the mound. They need to take 2 out of 3 of this game, take 2 out of 3 of the Brewers, because they have an 11-game road trip out west. It's very important, because the Reds always struggle out west. And it'd be nice to, get a little momentum going into out west. And then, going into the All-Star break, because the Pirates are coming right down our back. That's all for me. I'm Brad Steen from 1450 The Sports Buzz.
That's great stuff. Is Brad, are you still there? No, he's not. But, he calls in every Sunday. We actually had him call in with live this time. I wanted to not hang up. Wanted to get to him a few questions there, but all right. Well, you should have just recorded it, Brad. Anyways, that's our weekly Brad Steen update. He's always on top of the ball. He's at the games. Kelly, I actually just got very excited for you. I pulled up the Reds website. The MLB TV game of the day, free game of the day. You can watch your Reds play today. I know you're always at home watching, the Reds on 20-second minute delay of digitalized internet. Now you can actually watch it. Are you excited?
Yeah, I probably won't be able to sit and watch the whole thing anyways. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to be doing.
Because you're not a real fan? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not a real fan. I'm not a real fan. I'm not. No. I am not a real fan. Make that into a clip. I
watched the movie The Gray last night. That's who you are.
I don't know what that is.
With Liam Neeson, where they're plane wrecks and they're in the middle of a forest, like an Arctic forest, and a bunch of wolves. It's actually a really good movie. No,
sounds great.
I'm not really a Reds fan. I'm not.
That's cool. We're just looking at a random page. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, let's get to our break. This is the Weekend Sports Buzz.
Welcome back to the Weekend Sports Buzz. Let us know what you think. Give us a call on the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz Line at 384-1450.
I know you're still living your life after death. Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing.
Welcome back to the Weekend Sports Buzz. We got some different random music being played today. Not a contest, guys. Keep it in mind. It's not a contest week, so we don't need you to call in and try to figure things out. I am undefeated in the contest.
As am I.
I got one last week.
Yeah.
Tyler got one. One thing I want to get to is real quick.
The odd
last
news of the
night,
day?
No, not necessarily odd. Last night, Victor Ortiz, who's scheduled to fight saw Canelo Alvarez September 15th. Mexican redheaded guy is Alvarez. I think he's the next big thing in boxing. He's only 21. He's undefeated. But last night, Ortiz had somewhat of a warm-up type fight, and he was going against a relatively unknown Josecito Lopez. And in the ninth inning, Lopez broke Ortiz's jaw, and I said the ninth inning.
You said the ninth inning? I was like, hold on, what?
In the ninth round, Lopez actually broke Ortiz's jaw. So now we don't know who's going to be fighting Canelo.
Just a little update,
September 15th.
little boxing update.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that September 15th, as far as the rest of the year goes, the biggest fight that will happen over the rest of the year, in my opinion, is this Canelo Alvarez guy fighting September 15th. We don't know who he's going to fight still. My question to you guys is, are we going to all get together and watch the fight?
No.
Does anybody care?
Nope.
When is this?
I'll watch it. September 15th, Saturday. It's Mexican Independence Day.
Then we got to.
I think it'd be fun. Matt, can we watch
I'm
it at
not
your house
watching
again?
another stupid no decision that's wrong.
I haven't even paid the bill from the last fight, so.
Seriously?
I haven't got the bill yet.
Oh, well. So
I'm not watching it.
watch
Boxing really pissed me off last time we watched it when they're wrong. So no, I'm going to boycott for about a year before I go pay-per-view again. I will catch it on HBO the next night for free. How about that?
Did you pay for it last time?
No.
Well, then what are you pissed about?
I'm pissed about HBO being incorrect. I don't want to waste another hour and a half sitting there watching stupid Larry Merchant and all their dumb commentators talk about what do we do next while Manny Pacquiao watches football when he should be fighting. Maybe that's why they call it basketball. Maybe that's why he lost, because he delayed his stupid fight. While you're on the fighting topic, there was a UFC fight last night as well.
Was there?
Rich Franklin faced former 200-pound title holder Wanderlei Silva and beat him. A lot of people thought Silva was going to take this home. I'm not the biggest UFC fan, but I know some are. So there's your UFC update of the weekend. Silva took him out. Silva lost. But looks like JJ was on the line. He dropped off, so no big deal. I wanted to hit on a little soccer real quick. I'm sorry for you people if you're listening. You don't like soccer. It won't be long.
You're gonna love it.
But I got a little England's playing today.
Who are they playing today?
England is playing Italy. The reason I want to talk about this is because me and my boy Renshaw got in. Little topic on his show Friday, right before we were closing out. He brought me in and we talked about. He's all Italian. I guess his family's from Italy. Renshaw sounds very Italian, right? Very Italian, John Renshaw. But we got into it. He's obviously going for his Forza squad. I'm going for the Redcoats. I'm excited. Wayne Rooney and his fake hair are gonna have 2 head ball goals today. I already told him it's gonna happen. I know you're not listening, Renshaw. I'm gonna play this clip back for you. I'm gonna send it to your Facebook when it goes down and knocks out your Italian team. Danielle, you kind of like the Euro Cup.
I do. I love it. My team is out. I'm a France girl. England's my number 2. So Sweden's been out. I like England, France, and Sweden are my 3 favorites.
Amsterdam's
France
out. They're my number 2.
Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Amsterdam is a city.
The Deutschland.
Tyler, that's why you like them. Why do you like Amsterdam?
It's a beautiful city.
Why.
It's a beautiful city. And
it is very nice. They have a sweet airport.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Really? I've never been to Europe.
I've been in Paris for 6 months. I've been everywhere.
Euro. No, I've been to Cancun, but that's about it.
I've not been.
You studied abroad for 6 months?
I did. I was a French major.
Cool.
I thought you were about to say you were a French maid. I was like, whoa.
I was not a French maid. No.
Getting dirty. So you said are you going for England now? Then obviously
England's my people left.
I'm gonna have to say
I like Italy a lot.
I'm actually excited, you are, because we already chose the Heat. We chose Kentucky.
But my only boyfriend left in the whole thing is Andy Carroll.
Who's that?
England.
Oh, yeah.
He's
A.K.A. Chad Withrow, part of the Withrow family. Matt, Kelly, you all may know he looks just like the Withrows. Really? Yes. Have you kept up at all? Have you turned on at all any of these soccer games?
Nope.
Not one. That's fine. Are you going for England just because we are? Or are you going to join the fighting Renshaws?
So who's in it? I mean,
Spain's. This is the last quarterfinal game.
Spain beat France.
Spain beat France. So you got Spain.
They're great.
Germany.
I think they're still in it. I gotta look at it.
It's right here. Spain. I'm thinking Germany beat Greece, right?
I believe so. They should have.
Spain, Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo.
He's a beast.
And then it may be England.
I'll go England.
Are you gonna go England? Go. Why?
Close to Ireland. That's where my roots are.
The Dugan roots. Sounds Irish. What is Dugan?
Dugan. Actually, that's probably French.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's probably a French.
Dugan is extremely Irish.
Patrick. Think of your real name. What is Patrick? Is very Irish.
What is Ryan? Irish. What is Kelly? Irish. I mean, what is McCarthy?
Matt? Definitely Irish.
McCarthy is Scottish.
A lot of Irish going through the McCarthy. A lot of Irish roots going through the McCarthy household.
What's that?
A lot of Irish roots going through that household.
Chilled English from the French. They were
Bloyd. Far from anything.
Chilton's actually
we are very red, actually. A very redneck last name, Bloyd. There's a Bloydsville down in eastern Kentucky.
There's a Dugansville.
It's like a Bloyd's Mart. Everything you could ask for.
The Chiltons pretty much run Henry County, Kentucky. I don't know if you know that. But
are you related to Ron? The Olympian?
Distantly. Everybody thinks that there is a big thing going around where he was my uncle, which we were like, no, we are not. But I think that there's like 2 different sects of Chiltons in the state. I think he's from the Lawrenceburg sect, and we are from the Henry County sect. So I think we're distantly related.
So either way,
but he's my fake uncle.
Well.
He does say that I am his favorite niece, which is very true.
That's
and
cute.
He is, yeah.
Very cute, very cute.
Yeah.
Moving along. We have 30 minutes left in the show. It's been fun. It's been quick. Yesterday it was kind of long. Matt's telling us let's go to break. I thought we were going to keep going. That's fine. We can go to break. 384-1450 if you want to get in the next segment. We're going to talk about Kelly's minor league evaluation. I mean, my minor league evaluation. This is the Weekend Sports Buzz.
Welcome back to the Weekend Sports Buzz. Let us know what you think. Give us a call on the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz Line at 384-1450.
Mississippi putting it down. I'm the hottest round. I told y'all mother, y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me,
Welcome back to the Weekend Sports Buzz. Got some Missy Elliott bringing us in there.
This is one of my Dance Central songs.
Yeah.
I dance too. If I weren't wearing a dress, I'd show you the routine.
We got some, I think you guys are a little eager to talk about, I think Rakeem Buckles transferred out of Louisville, and surprisingly, UK fans seem to be concerned with it. Not sure what that's about. What do you guys think?
Just like Louisville fans are always concerned about everything Kentucky does, right?
Am I?
They were really concerned that we're not
I said
playing
Louisville
Indiana.
fans. Every time, I'm tired of this. Every time I say Louisville fans, you specifically said me?
Mm-hmm.
Me? Am I?
I can't really.
For everything.
Louisville fans are a very diverse group of people.
As are Kentucky fans.
Yeah, as are every fan base. We're all different.
That's true.
I don't drive a pickup truck.
Okay, so who's concerned with the Louisville transfer out?
I never said I was concerned. I wanted to bring it up to you.
Other people are concerned, and we have listeners, and they want to know because that's what our job is.
Rakeem Buckles is transferring to FIU to play for Richard Pitino.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts about it? You're a Cards guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts? See what you got.
Good for him. I'm a FIU fan, and good for him.
Why are you an FIU fan? Because of Schnellberger?
No, he didn't coach.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of
when they beat you in football last year. You fell in love.
Big time
fan. Is that
fan.
what it is?
No, I'm an FIU fan because of Richard Pitino, Mark Lieberman, and Rakeem Buckles.
And losing to him.
No,
I would be too. I'm a fan of Gardner Webb.
I highly respect. Oh yeah, highly respect.
And San Diego.
Oh yeah.
Fan.
I'm an FIU fan. I love Rick Pitino. I like Richard Pitino. I'll support FIU. I could see him doing well. They're located in a good place.
Well, I don't care about FIU. I want to know what your thoughts about Rakeem Buckles.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving Louisville. Good for him. I agree with you. Said it yesterday. I agree. I think he's one of the guys I'm not going to question transferring at Louisville this year. One of the four.
Good.
I'm not, because he's been injured twice now, right? 3 times maybe.
Mm-hmm.
He needed to leave. He needed to go somewhere where he can sit around and not have to worry about anything. Not have to worry about coming back and having to be one of the good guys, because he's going to have to compete. He can go to FIU, sit out a whole another year, come in, not play the best talent, not have the pressure. I actually am happy for Buckles. I might be a little different maybe about some Van Treese. I did think he was pushed out the door.
Mm-hmm.
But Buckles, no, I don't.
My thing is, you just don't transfer in June.
Exactly.
It's the timing. You don't transfer in June.
Why
But
not?
I mean, it's
when
you transfer at the prime time.
Are you talking about Buckles or Van Treese? Who are you talking about? Buckles?
Both of them. The whole thing.
Well,
And
Buckles
the other
is going to
thing
miss
that
all of next season.
And the other thing that I don't like, is that if this were Kentucky, for any reason, they would be jumping on Cal and they don't jump on Patino.
Who doesn't jump on Patino?
No, people jump on Patino in
National
our
media.
area, but no, Daniel's
National
correct.
media.
They don't jump on. They don't jump on Louisville. That's big.
Dan Wolken
It's
tweeted
obvious.
about it.
According
Dan
to you
Wolken
guys.
did.
According to the everything. If you're just
When was the last time Cal got jumped all over?
he can't, because he's
not doing anything.
He's
like
not
that.
doing anything wrong. He's winning.
You mean like
championships.
having Final Fours vacated for violation?
Well, let's see. Every time a recruiting year
That's
comes
when he
around,
gets jumped all over.
Every time recruiting comes around, there's always Mark Emmert moving another state to state. There's always something. There's always some Cal party this, Cal party that. We're not pushing players out the door. Stacey Poole transferred during the national championship year in the middle of the season. He transferred. That's a true transfer.
And my thing is, what does it
Van
say?
Treese is not a true transfer. Buckles, like I just said, Buckles, I think it is. I don't think Van Treese was. I think Swapshire could have stuck around.
Mm-hmm. My thing is too, if it is these players' decisions to go elsewhere, which is fine if that's their thing. Think of how many players on Kentucky's roster that could do the same thing and play somewhere else and get good minutes somewhere because they're actually good.
Most of these guys are
but
coming
they want to sit
and they're not
around
going to play at all. No.
and they want to sit around and be on the best team. Yeah. They want that chance for a ring. And think about it, Louisville's best chance for a ring is maybe this year. The best. They don't want to sit around and say, "Hey, look, I was part of this team."
That's what they want. That's what they
want.
Are they so selfish that they want to go somewhere and dominate the team?
Let me ask you this, Kelly: is it Swapshire? He went to Louisville. Why did Swapshire go to Louisville? Seriously,
to it's a top program.
To win a championship.
Sure.
And now he's got a whole year left where he has a chance to win a championship. His best year he would have, and he decides to go to Northwestern, who has never made a championship. Yes, I know why he chose Northwestern. I'm assuming
know that they've ever made the NCAA.
They've never. That's what I meant. Not championship. Who's never made the NCAA tournament. I think he was pushed out the door. I'm sorry. I do.
I'm just saying there's a definite problem at U of L with their recruits now and their scholarship situation, which is fine.
Why is that a problem?
Because you don't have enough scholarships to go around for the kids that you have on your roster and the kids that you're recruiting. You don't have that, which is fine. I don't think that that's necessarily
a problem.
Rick Pitino,
it's a good problem.
Not a problem.
Rick Pitino
it's not a
needs
problem
to
at
do,
all. I love it. I love it.
No, but at the same time, Rick Pitino has to do what he's got to do to win, right? And as fans, that should be fine. But you can't
I
say,
love it. I love
and
it.
at that point, you cannot say that what Cal does at Cal, all he wants to do, he doesn't care about the players. When he does the one and dones, he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about their education because all he wants to do is win. Because I hear that so much from U of L fans.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Rick Pitino does it in his way, it's suddenly okay. I just think it's a double standard. I don't think it's a problem. I don't think there's a problem with it. But I'm just saying you cannot get on Cal for all he wants to do is win when Rick Pitino is doing the same thing just in a different way.
All we do is push our players out after 1 year. Well, we push them out to a career at least. We're not pushing them out to a smaller college.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
What's better for Jared Swapshire's career? He's going to play professional
he's
basketball.
He's already got a good degree from Louisville. His career's fine. He's going to probably go to Europe and play basketball, right?
I'm asking a question, though.
I'm trying to get to the answer. I'm trying to get to this answer.
What's better for him to play next season where he plays how many minutes a game at Louisville?
I would assume a lot, considering to be a fifth-year senior, knowing everything about Louisville.
But do you think Rick Pitino says that when he recruits players? When he recruited Jared Swapshire,
you guys didn't
he
answer
said,
my question.
I'm going to answer it. It's better for Jared Swapshire's career to finish it out.
That's
No,
okay.
I'm telling you right now, it's better for Jared Swapshire.
Professional basketball career.
Professional basketball career? No, to stick at Louisville.
That's his better
professional career
basketball.
to go to Northwestern.
Professional basketball career, what's better for it? For him to go play 30 minutes a game at Northwestern?
And not get noticed at all and lose?
Now, on your if he wants to, he's not going to be in the NBA. He's not going to get drafted. If he goes to Europe, he can say, look what team I was on. I played, this many
maybe
years under
back-to-back
Rick
Final
Pitino.
Fours.
Mm-hmm. I've got this under my belt. I played with these guys for 4 years. I didn't transfer out to play at Northwestern. He can still say
you guys think that looks better on a resume than
a
averaging
basketball resume, yes.
Can I finish?
No.
For a crappy team that's going to get, killed in your conference, yeah.
Okay.
It does.
You guys got this conversation.
Go.
You guys
I'm
got
listening right now.
No, you guys got it. You guys got it.
Getting mad.
You think it's better to do that than to have 20 points per game and 10 rebounds?
20. He won't average 20 and 10.
What did George Good average last year?
At what school did he go to? I totally forgot.
Fairleigh Dickinson.
Okay, well, that's a lot.
That's
terrible of a conference. What worse competition than where he's playing at Northwestern? You're in the Big Ten. You think he's just going to casually go to the Big Ten, Danielle, and average 20 and 10 because he couldn't do it in the Big East?
He's going to get a lot more minutes.
He's still not going to average it. It's Jared Swapshire.
He's a good player.
He's a good kid, and he's not the best basketball player.
I'm just saying, this is what it says to recruits. It's when you're recruiting someone, say, here, you're going to play 4 years in Louisville. We've got a great spot for you. You are what we need. This is your goal. You're going to play 4 years in Louisville. You're going to get drafted in the NBA. And then what happens? You come to Louisville. You get hurt in your second year. And then suddenly you're put on the back burner, and maybe you're going to have to transfer out. I'm just saying that's...
I love it. I'm 100% in support of it.
I'm fine with it.
Doesn't sound like you are.
No, I'm trying to tell you now. You're putting me on. I'm all about making your team better. I'm about winning, and I'm okay with it, getting your team better. It's fine. I think, yes, you're recruiting over. Kentucky doesn't recruit over. He recruits to fill spots. You're being recruited over at Louisville a few different spots, which
big deal.
That's Pitino's fault.
Okay,
which it's part of the game. I know that it's part of the game.
Okay,
I'm just sick of the double standard. What I'm saying, if Rick Pitino's got to do what he's got to do, he does it because the goal is winning. That is what the goal is. And that's what the goal should be. But you cannot say that Cal all he wants to do is win in a bad way. And then have Rick Pitino say, well, it happens. It would be better for this guy to do this. And
I agree. It can be seen as a double standard, and to say that Cal is doing it the wrong way and Pitino's doing it the right way, I mean, that's for fans to say. I don't know.
You just can't say both.
You can't say both.
Exactly. And there's a lot of both going on. And there's
I can go with that.
Let's get to our last break here.
Oh, already?
That's good. A little heated topic. We can come back if you all want to jump in. 384-1450 Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzzline. UK UVL fans, your input here. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Weekend Sports Buzz. Let us know what you think. Give us a call on the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzzline at 384-1450.
And I can't
Thanks for sticking with us. The last segment of the Weekend Sports Buzz. Danielle Chilton, Kelly Patrick, myself, Tyler Boyd. Wanted to get into this quickly. A little article I found on Yahoo Sports by Daniel Buxban. I can't pronounce it, but it's NBA's most overpaid athletes. Now, this, you got to think, you're just going to look at who's overpaid. You're going to look at contracts, say he's overpaid. You could say everybody's overpaid, honestly. But this is more of you got to do some math, some science to it. They look at the 2011-2012 NBA season. NBA teams paid $1.9 billion for 990 regular season wins. This means that the cost per win was $1.946 million. Given the cost of each win and knowing both how many victories each player produced and his salary allows us to see which players were overpaid. It's kind of, I'm sure there's a lot of math to this, a lot of in-depth details that you got to pull it up. But, he put a top 10 list on there. Danielle and Kelly, I wanted you to see, name some guys who do you think is on this list. And if either of you pulled it up, I'm not going to be happy.
I haven't pulled it.
I know you all haven't seen it. Okay, cool. I mean, who do you think is on this list? Overpaid athletes of the NBA per winning. Your team may have won 60 games. Your team may have won 7 games. It's varied. I mean, is there anybody out there?
Greg Oden.
Greg Oden. Greg Oden is not on this list. That's been a
he's not
good
even
pick. No wins.
Yeah,
he should be number one.
He's getting paid for a lot of
but
nothing.
obviously he's not, because I guess the
they're not counting. They're not counting him. I'm assuming because he hasn't ever played.
Because the games that you have to play, probably.
There's probably a certain amount of games you have to play, and whatnot, to make this list.
I guess
All
if
right,
you're
let's
injured,
think. Who's the worst team out there, Danielle? Who just won the lottery?
Well, the Hornets.
New Orleans.
I don't know if to say that they're.
Let's see here.
The Bobcats are the worst team, but the Hornets are right there as well. I'll tell you this: there is one Hornet, and there are 2 Bobcats on this list.
Who else is real bad? Okay, one Hornet.
Well, I had to look up. You told me there were Bobcats. I had to look up the roster. That's how bad.
Who do you think?
Corey Maggette.
There's one. Corey Maggette, number 7, overpaid by $12 million.
Okay.
Tyrese Thomas.
Tyrese Thomas is the other one, overpaid by $12 million as well.
So those are the 2. Okay,
Those are
so
the
now
2.
we go to the other. Let's see here.
I mean, name some guys off. There's some NBA guys that you know. Name somebody just that you think may be on here. I mean,
they got to be on bad teams.
No, it does not.
This is as of when?
It's a wrapping up to 2011-2012 season.
Okay, so this is as of.
This was last week.
I would say like Chris Paul.
No,
but no, not with.
He's not on there. I don't know. See, I don't have
Clippers are good.
The Clippers are good. I mean, there's good teams on here.
Before the Clippers.
But you got to think Clippers are good, and his contract isn't absurd right now. That's another reason. You want me to give you one guy?
I'm going to guess somebody from the Hornets. I'm kind of cheating.
Go. No, it's fine.
Hornets.
If you got a roster, you're not going to see their
I'm
contract. That's fine. This might surprise you.
It's not going to be Okafor because he was just traded away. Couldn't be him.
Not Okafor.
Kobe
Bryant is on the list. Number 2.
I bet he would be.
Overpaid by $19 million.
Now he would be.
Because his contract is just absurdly high, and the wins aren't producing for regular season. That's
Chris
Kaman, number 5, overpaid by $14 million. Now that's what I wanted to ask you. He was the actually wanted to ask you to. Chris Kaman is getting paid probably $25 to $30 million at least, and he's terrible.
I don't think he's terrible. He's a big guy.
I think he's
7 foot, 265 pounds. I like his game.
What about like Carmelo Anthony?
Shoots almost 80% from the line. Averages 8.3 rebounds for his career. 12 points a game. I mean, he's not one of the best players in the league.
I just don't think he's worth that type of money. Is what I mean. That's overpaid. That's just an overpaid athlete. No numbers.
Did you
to
say
me.
Carmelo? And
Carmelo is not on the list, but he does have a teammate on the list.
Amari
Stoudemire, $14 million. The number 1 guy is still out there. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and name off the rest of them. No, I'll leave number 1 last. Number 10. This is 10-1. Tyrese Thomas, Darren Williams, Dirk Nowitzki at 8, overpaid by $12 million. Yeah. Corey Maggette, Mehmet Okur for the Nets, overpaid by $12 million.
Wow.
Chris Kaman, Amari Stoudemire, Antoine Jameson, Cavs, overpaid by $17 million, which, I mean, he's terrible. Kobe Bryant, number 2. Then there's one guy out there, number 1 player. He's overpaid by $21+ million.
What conference?
Eastern.
Okay,
that's
not the best. Not a great team. I mean, I'll just tell you, it's Rashard. He's a wizard, Rashard Lewis.
I didn't even know he was still playing.
Exactly. He got hurt. He's had a horrible couple of seasons. I actually picked Rashard Lewis out of all these people.
No, did you?
The only reason I knew it because I saw something recent about contracts on some random sports show, and about how Rashard Lewis is getting bucks and bucks.
You know what I'll always remember Rashard Lewis for is he was projected out of high school. I don't think he played college basketball. Out of high school, he's projected to be a first-round pick, so he went skipped college. He slipped into the second round, and he was on camera.
Where did he go to college?
Crying.
You know?
I don't think he went to college, did he?
Oh, no, I thought you said something. I was like, hold on, he didn't go, did he? He was on camera crying?
He was on camera crying because he slipped to the second round.
Wow.
I'll have to get that YouTube
That's
video.
great.
Aww.
And I know we got about
Does that make
5
you like
minutes.
him? Does that make you like him?
No, I don't.
No,
I've never
I
been.
hate that.
I liked Rashard when he was for the Sonics.
Oh, he was
young.
good.
Rashard was very good.
He was never that guy who was going to go out and take control of the game.
His games like that were just sporadic. You never knew when he was going to put 40 in because he could do it. He had that type of shot. And quickly, I wanted to get to this: Gary Parrish and Jeff Goodman. I know we have Gary Parrish, Kelly, if I'm correct, coming on next week.
Yeah, Gary Parrish will
he's
be
one
with
of my
us
favorites.
next Sunday at 10:30.
He joined us during our Thursday show in the past, KentuckySports.co, our Bluegrass Breakdown.
Right before the tournament.
Before the tournament, that was a fun interview. He was a good guest. We appreciate
Got
him
good
joining
hair.
us.
Great hair.
It's far, is he? Did they call him Frosty Tips? Is that what they call him? Or is that Mark Maggard? Mark
Very
Maggard.
possible.
I think that'd be Mark Maggard.
What is that?
That's
no.
his.
On the UK UofL topic, real quick. That article came out. I think they all three use this kind of a bar of each position advantage for UK, UofL, and IU.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was which team has the edge. Have you seen this list? Either
No,
of you?
I've
It's
not.
on.
I've seen it.
Okay, cool. Well, when we asked Danielle, point guards, Danielle, Ryan Harrell, Peyton Siva, or Yogi Ferrell. See, I don't know how familiar you are with IU's guys.
I'm unfortunately a little too
Unfamiliar.
familiar.
Okay, well,
I wish that I weren't familiar at all.
Who do you think they had the advantage at point guard?
It's hard for me because I haven't seen Ryan Harrow. It's so hard to judge Kentucky because you don't know what it's going to be.
Ryan
You've got all
Harrow
these
played
new
a
guys.
season in the ACC.
Has
Yeah,
a
but
whole
you don't-
another year under Cal.
Oh,
But
yeah,
you
he'll be
don't-
better.
No, I you know.
He's
Peyton Siva should be.
They got Siva.
Should be.
They have Wayne Blackshear as the shooting guard with the edge, which so far I'd go with Siva. Would you all agree, Siva?
Should be.
Should
be.
Should
But
be.
this is today, Daniel. Today.
Yes.
Siva.
Should be.
I'm sorry. I'm going with Goodwin over Blackshear today.
Okay.
Would you go with Blackshear? Yes, I'm assuming.
I've
watched a lot.
I would. Yeah.
Only reason I've watched a lot of Goodwin videos. I've been high on Goodwin recruiting for like 3 years. He was kind of like my John Wall, watching him grow up at the high school. That's the only
It's
reason.
tough to say. I mean, he
It is
could
tough.
be very good. So
Who
I
do
don't
they have
know.
for Indiana?
They have Jordan Hulls, who is an experienced shooter. I mean, shooting guard. He could. You never know. He had a great game against Kentucky. He's one of the best shooters in the country. Small forward. Luke, your captain, your best player ever, Luke Hancock, is not the advantage. It's Alex Poitras.
Alex Poitras is going to be a beast.
He's supposedly a Jamal Mashburn type of player, smaller. They have Will Sheehy for.
Is he smaller?
He's a little. He's 6'8". Body mass.
Mashburn probably came in a similar weight.
That's probably true. That's probably true. They had Will Sheehy. Yeah, I'd go with either of the two for Louisville, Kentucky over Will Sheehy. I just do not like Will Sheehy. Power forward, Shane Bohannon over Wiltshire and Watford. I'll go with him. I'll go with that. Not by much.
I'll
over
go
Wiltshire.
with that.
Not by much.
He's got the power.
He's a true power
got
forward.
Speed. Wiltshire has no speed.
He's a true power forward. Christian Watford, though, he's right there with him. He's a good player.
He's
Christian
not as
Watford's got a
powerful.
shot. Wiltshire's got a shot.
He's not
Is he their power forward?
He's a power forward. Centers. Now, this surprised me. Nerlens did not get it. I wouldn't have put Nerlens there yet just because we don't know exactly. We don't know. I would have said Gorgie Zhang. I like Gorgie Zhang.
Over Zeller?
They have Zeller. They put Zeller down.
Zeller.
It's a toss-up.
It's
a toss-up.
Zeller's probably going to be. He's supposed to be the best player in the entire country this year, which is very
right?
possible.
We'll
As much as I hate the Zellers, and I don't like saying it, it's probably true.
They're going to be good. And then
He
you
gets
go
high percentage shots.
And I would
He's
rather
good.
get his expectations up high so that he doesn't reach them, and then I can get mad at him for them later.
Then you go to the bench. They have the full bench. They have Kentucky, Joyce Mays, John Hood, Willie Cauley-Stein as the bench guys. For Louisville, Russ Smith, Kevin Ware, and Montrezl Harrell. For Indiana, Victor Oladipo, Maurice Creek, Hannah Pereira, and Jeremy Hallwell. I like Hallwell for Indiana. I think he could be a bold on this list, but they have all of Louisville's guys as the advantage. Russ Smith, Kevin Ware, Montrezl Harrell. I can't not disagree with them. I mean, I go with Kevin Ware over John Hood. Maybe. Maybe. We don't know.
I'll take anybody
I'll
over
take
John
Harrell
Hood.
over. I don't know.
Ware
It's so
supposedly has
hard.
been making some real
I'll
good
definitely take
progress.
Russ Smith. I will definitely take Russ Smith as the bench. number one bench. They have him as the
What
number
do you
one
think
bench.
Russ Smith's sophomore year is going to be like? Is he going to be less
ju-
scary? Because he
he'll
scares
be a
me
junior.
to watch.
He'll be a
Oh,
junior.
junior, whatever.
Junior.
He is so scary to watch, and I'm not even a fan. Like, anytime he has the ball,
I like him.
Yeah, you never know where he's going, what he's doing. I kind of like
I know
him.
we got less than a minute. Danielle, who do you think the coach was? Patino, Crean, or Cal?
I'm going Cal. I would
Did
rather
you
have
see
Cal
who
than
it
all
was?
those.
Did you see?
Patino.
It was Patino. It's been a fun
According to
show.
both Goodman and Parrish.
According to, I think, Goodman and Parrish, there's maybe even somebody else.
Well, it's been a good time this Sunday
Party.
for the
Always.
Weekend Sports Buzz. Quite the party. We appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will be back with you next Sunday. I believe it's July 1st with some good guests. And everybody have a great week.